Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode. I did the 2021 schedule last week. I'm going over the 2022. It's never too early to look ahead. And I think some diehard fans have been eyeing the schedule for more than just a year or two. Ohio State week 1 in the Horseshoe, and then Clemson the same weekend that Notre Dame beat them last year in South Bend. The Tigers and DJ Ukulele in specific come back wanting blood. So, crazy schedule. I legitimately think this could be the toughest in the country. Sure, the SEC, LSU will play Florida and Bama, but Ohio State and Clemson are looking to be 1-2 in 2022. I'm assuming CJ Stroud starts for Ohio State by then, and I'm assuming DJ Ukulele is the guy at Clemson. So I could really see these teams going into the season 1-2. Georgia will lose JT Daniels. UNC loses Sam Howell. Texas A&M loses pretty much everyone except their quarterback Hudson Card. So really open year. And I think Ohio State or Clemson will win in 2022. Maybe even Bama too with Bryce Young, but we will see. But right now, week 1 at Ohio State, crazy game. You couldn't ask for better atmosphere. Notre Dame always likes to start off with a bang. I feel like we're playing Florida State this year. Of course, last year was a little bit wonky with COVID and whatnot. The first game of the year was against Duke at home, but the year before that, it was Louisville on a Monday night on ESPN on ABC. Kirk Herbstreit and Chris Fowler did that game, so definitely Notre Dame likes to spice it up. The Florida State game is on a Sunday. This game is on a Saturday, but who cares? It's Ohio State. I promise you this will be ABC Saturday night, all the hype. Game day will be in Columbus, promise you. Marshall should take care of business. Marshall did hire Charles Huff, Alabama's pretty much lead recruiter. He's going to recruit some guys there, but I don't see that much happening. California, solid. Not really sure too much about them. We'll go forward. That is in South Bend, and then they travel down to North Carolina and play North Carolina. North Carolina is scary next year with Sam Howell, but once Sam Howell leaves, I don't really know what Drake May will most likely take over, one-time Alabama commit and younger brother of Luke May, former UNC basketball standout. But I'm not too worried. North Carolina, I think in maybe 3 or 4 years can be really, really good, but I'm not sure about right now. Stanford is a team that might be rebounded by then. Tanner McKee, their quarterback, went on a 2-year mission. He's back now. I believe he's like 6'5" from California. He was a high 4-star a few years ago. But we'll see. UNLV is UNLV. And then we get to the end of the schedule with Clemson and then Navy. I'll scroll down for you guys. There we go. The Clemson game should be the best or second best game. It is at home. Now, yes, Notre Dame did just beat Clemson at home. DJ Ukulele started that game in his second start ever. By this time, he will most likely have about 20 starts under his belt. And boy, does he want this game back. If you're a kid like him, a 5-star, he actually took over the starting job as a freshman at St. John Bosco, one of the best high school football programs in the country, down in Bellflower, California. If you can take over as a freshman in high school, lead your team all 4 years pretty much, and then come into Clemson knowing you're going to sit behind Trevor Lawrence 1 year. He gets COVID. You're thrown into the starting role. You beat Boston College barely. That was an ugly game at home. Travis Etienne didn't play very well either, though. And then you go to South Bend with all eyes on you. That was probably the best game all year in college football. I was actually just thinking about that. Of course, this is days after Gonzaga beat UCLA on a buzzer beater. Tonight is actually the national championship game for college basketball. I was thinking back to what was my favorite college football game I watched this year. NFL game too. NFL, I'd probably say the Bears beating the Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football. The Cardinals-Seahawks game on Sunday Night Football was legit. But college football-wise, it was 100% Notre Dame Clemson on November 7th in South Bend, Indiana. And then this year it could be the same thing. I'm assuming Tyler Buckner or Jack Cohen, Drew Pine is the starter. I saw somewhere that Jack Cohen might have 2 years of eligibility, though. Not sure if he'll use them, but just something to watch out for. Jack Cohen might still be on this team. Super interesting. Navy, I do not think this will be a Dublin game for anyone wondering. They cannot go in the middle of the season. They do have a bye week after, but I think that's more of a first week of the season type thing. We will see, though, whether it's at Navy in their stadium in Annapolis or somewhere else. I think we'll be fine there. At USC, classic game. Classic game. I believe they will still be at the Memorial Coliseum at that point. I'm not sure they will have their new stadium. I think some people were saying they're moving in somewhere. I don't know. All these stadiums are being built. Of course, the Chargers in LA, the Rams in LA, both super nice and new stadiums. Boston College should be a fun one. Phil Jurgovich might still be there. He might not. I'm assuming, though, he stays 2 more years. That would be his coming home party to South Bend. And then at Syracuse in the Carrier Dome, that would be exciting as well. Carrier Dome is getting a bunch of new renovations, if anyone's wondering. I think that's one of the coolest stadiums in the country. It's just absolutely massive. All right, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. 2022 will be a fun year for Notre Dame football, as will 2021. But the schedule, in my opinion, just fresh off this, could be the hardest, legitimately the hardest in the nation.